It's always great seeing Jason Witt back in action. He's going to be taking on Phil Rowe, UFC Fight Night, February 5th. Jason, how's it going, man?
It's going fantastic, man. I'm living the dream. I'm loving life, and just keep on moving on.
Where are you headed to right now? I see you're in the car. Did you just get back from something, or are you going somewhere?
Yeah, so my day usually goes from work to training back to work, and so I just got done training about 11:30, and I'm heading to work right now.
Good stuff, man. We haven't seen you since July. Big win obviously in that fight, but here we are talking about a fight in February. Was this by design, taking this much time off, or were you trying to get in there a little bit sooner?
Yeah, so the fight was originally scheduled for November 13th against Phil Rowe. That's when we had it scheduled, and I'm not 100% sure what his reason for backing out was. I've heard multiple things, and it's neither here nor there. I would have liked to fight before the holidays. It's just, holiday money. I could have enjoyed Thanksgiving and Christmas a little more, but everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that, and so we're stuck here, and we're ready to fight in February.
Was there any other opponents offered when that fight fell through? Just to, like you said, fight before Christmas. Was there any talk of that from your management?
I don't think so. It was we really wanted the Phil Rowe fight. Like, we called for that fight after the pretty much August 1st. We called for the Phil Rowe fight. That's the fight we wanted. That's what we were going for, and so we were willing to wait for February, which we were okay with.
Okay, that makes sense. Why him specifically? What about him? Did you decide I want this guy as my next opponent?
Yeah, man, we see a lot of holes in his game. We see my strengths are really kind of his weaknesses. Now, he causes a lot of problems. He really does. He has good grappling. He's tall. He's long. But as I like to say, everybody's the same height. They're on their back. You know what I mean? So his wrestling, his grappling is not. I don't feel like it's up to par for me. And I feel like having extra time, he has to catch up with my wrestling. Like, I don't feel like I have to catch up with his striking. Like, he's probably a better striker, but I feel like having more time to catch up with his striking is easier to do than him catching up with my grappling.
I know the fight was a ways back, but how satisfying was it to get that win over Brian Barboza, who's not only a fan favorite, a pretty notable guy in the division? Like, that got to felt good because of, especially, and this is something we've talked about. I mean, you've had a long road to the UFC, so to get a win like that must have been pretty special.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was one of those career changing moments, honestly, because I was going in that fight. I was 2-1 in the UFC. If I had lost that fight, I'm retiring. Like, I'm not. I don't want to go back to local shows. I'm not about that. I just want to, you know what I mean. The UFC is where I want to be, and if I lost that fight, then I'm retired. 3-1 is not where I want to be. So 2-1, beat Brian Barboza, who's a staple in the sport. He's really a veteran of the sport. He's fought top guys, Vincent Luque. A lot of those guys, man, it's really honored to kind of share the cage with him and get one over him, but also to get a brand new contract, to get a 4-fight new contract, and get Fight Night bonus. It was everything just kind of fell together in what I needed to do. So it was really kind of a special moment in my life.
And what did you end up doing with the bonus money? I know you're a business guy. I'm sure investing and stuff, but did you get to enjoy it a little bit as well too? Maybe take the wife out or anything?
No, but I got a wife. I can't enjoy the money. Come on now. You know how that works. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we just bought a new house about 2 years ago. So we with the way COVID's been, man, we ordered bedroom furniture in January of last year. And we didn't get it till like November of last year. But, so like we've been paying for stuff and just it's been taking forever. We kind of furnished a couple things in the house. I got a couple investments that I've put together recently that are kind of coming into fruition that I've been talking about for a long time. So I got a couple things that the saved money from the bonus is kind of going into play.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all hearing that with, training with Krause. And I know Julian Marquez is another business savvy guy. So I kind of figured the investment was definitely on the table, that type of stuff with the money, which is awesome. Speaking of Glory MMA, as I'm choking here, who are you getting to work with this camp? A lot of bodies in the gym. I think the last time I checked, you guys have 12 UFC fighters on the roster that are at your gym right now.
We had 17 in the gym the other day. So we have people a couple other people that are coming in from like Dakota Bush, a couple of people. So the main partners that I've been training with are obviously Julian Marquez. I just feel like I really, he's a bigger guy, but I really we work a lot of technique and I get a lot out from him. I've been working with Ugly Man Joseph Holmes. He just got
this weekend.
Fighting this weekend. Yeah, I've been putting a lot of work with him. He's a way better version of my opponent than I think Phil Rowe is, and that's paid off a lot of dividends for me. Just figuring out his range. He's a lot bigger. He's an 85er, so he's bigger, strong. He's a brown belt, so I mean he's good to go. We had a guy in the gym called Ryan Leminger. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
No worries. His name's Ryan at the very least. We know that. So
Yeah, yeah. He's also like 6'2", long length to reach, good boxer. So I've been putting a lot of time with him. Just a lot of the tall guys in the gym that are my weight or above are really the guys I'm putting in work with, and I really feel like that's going to pay off in the fight.
one other teammate I got to mention, just because it was fairly recently, Trey Ogden getting signed to the UFC. How cool was that? Because I feel like you two were both kind of the last two guys from Glory that needed to get signed, and I know you came first, and then Trey obviously got it late last year.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Trey for a good 13 some odd years. We've been through everything. I've seen that kid go from every stage of life, of being a corrections officer to being a broke person to being owning a gym to being in the UFC. Man, to be there with him that night was one of the most special moments of my life. Just to see a friend that I've known for such a long time perform the way he did and get that UFC contract on his birthday, mind you. It was probably one of the most gratifying moments of my life. And I asked James Krause before the fight started, because I was nervous as all shit. Like I get nervous for my friends way more than I do for me. Yeah. I was like, how do you do this every weekend? He's like, I just do it, man. It's just the way it is. And then straight one, I was like, never mind. I get it. I understand it. But yeah, it's really cool to see him kind of. He owns a great gym now. He's doing really well and he owns the MMA, Glory MMA, at Overland Park, and so he's doing fantastic, man.
Weight cut. I know, hard turn there. How's the weight cut going out of this fight? I got to ask, obviously.
Bad as shit. No. No, it's never too bad. Even if I'm a couple pounds over, it's you know what I mean? Like I still walk around like 185, 187. So it's really not huge. It's not a big deal for me. Okay. I got to enjoy Christmas and New Year's just a little bit with the family. So that was enjoyable.
That's good. That's awesome. And Krause, I'm assuming will be in your corner. Who else will be in the cage with you that night?
Yeah, you got James Krause, Trey Ogden also, and then Jason High, ex-UFC
cool.
fighter.
Yeah, I know Jason quite well. One of the worst UFC releases of all time. Remember, he got released for pushing the ref. Meanwhile, we have other fighters who did the same thing, and they got way more sort of rope there. So yeah, I always remember him from that. And he's a good fighter too. I know he's been a good coach as well. So
yeah, he's a fantastic coach. He's definitely been in my corner for 8, 9 years. Yeah, so yeah. We've been putting a lot of work together.
You talked about it there, February 5th. You feel like you're going to get your hand raised. How do you envision the fight playing out?
Man, I feel like my grappling will really take over, and I feel like just wearing him down and beating him up. I probably will submit him against some grappling. He really does. He's very, very jiu-jitsu protective. If that makes sense. Like he's not really trying to get up or submit people. He's just trying to not get beat up, and that's kind of my goal. Just beat him up. I'd like to make a 50 grand bonus, beat him up, make 50 grand, stay in Vegas a couple days, go play some golf. That's how I envision the whole thing going.
That's cool. I didn't know you were a golfer. How long you've been playing?
Honestly, I started in May of last year. So
same with me. I got back into it last January. I think it's a COVID thing, but I got back into golf and I love it.
It is. My wife's birthday is in May. We went to Cabo with her whole family. Went to Cabo, Mexico, and she has a twin brother, and he wanted to play golf on his birthday. And so we went and played golf, and I'm one of those people, I'm very competitive, and I hate being bad at things. And so we went and played golf, and I was obviously terrible. Like, I hit the ball on the highway, I'm pretty sure. I found every bunker in the entire place, and I hate being bad at things. And so when I got back, I really just started kind of, like, being obsessed with golf, like, watching videos, I live in Overland Park, and people don't know what Overland Park is. I could hit a golf ball and hit a golf course. Like, there's golf courses all over the place. Right. Cool. And so my neighborhood has a golf course in it. So I just go up there and practice. And I've really kind of become obsessed with the game a little bit. And my wife even bought me a golf simulator for my house just so I could play at home when it's cold outside and whatnot. So
that's cool. There's so many fighters I'm finding out now that golf, it's crazy. Like it seems like every interview I do, who's supposed to be a really good golfer. I always plug him in these interviews. I don't know if you know him, but Dustin Jacoby is apparently amazing from what I heard.
That's what I keep hearing. I know Dustin since the Matt Hughes Hit Squad day, way back in the day.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
But we just recently met up the other day. I didn't know he played golf either, but I've talked to a lot of people who have said he plays golf and he's really good at it. And that was kind of I was going to call a bunch of people out in the win interview. I was going to be like, I'm the best golfer in the UFC. Obviously, I'm not good at golf. I'm not good at golf either at all, but just, I think it'd be cool to kind of get along with a couple of UFC golfers or UFC fighters and go play some golf. I think it'd be cool.
You talked about it there, going from work to training. Does that die off a little bit closer to fight week, or do you work right up until the fight?
So I usually leave on Tuesday. I'll work that Monday. I'll probably have 5 or 6 sessions, clients, whatever, that Monday, and then Tuesday I'm done for the rest of the week.
Well, we're looking forward to this card, man. UFC Fight Night, February 5th. Jason, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Oh man, I just always appreciate you having me on. It's always good talking to you. We've been around for a while. I know you hear that a lot, but hey man, I appreciate it.